Welcome to Howie's Kitchen. Today I'm bringing you a delicious, flavorful, and mild yellow chicken curry. Let's get started. We're going to be serving this over rice, so get your rice going so it's ready by the time the curry is finished. All right, so we're going to start out here with about a pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast. And what you're going to want to do is cut this up into bite-sized pieces. And then we're going to want to season this generously with some salt and some pepper. And then we'll set this aside. So we're going to take one shallot, very finely chopped. And I'll go ahead and run the knife through it a few times. We'll go ahead and add this to a bowl here. And next, we're going to want either 1/2 large onion or one small onion, just yellow onion. And we're just going to cut that into thin slices here. And we'll go ahead and add that to our bowl. And next, we want to take and we want about a tablespoon of minced ginger. I'm just going to use my little grater here, or zester. And lastly, we're going to add 2 to 3 cloves of minced garlic. And we'll get this set aside here. Now next, we want about a cup of fresh green beans, trimmed, and I cut them up into about 1-inch pieces. And we'll set these in a little bowl here. And then we're gonna take 1 red bell pepper, get that seeded, deveined, and we're gonna cut this up into thin strips. And again, we're going to cut these into 1-inch slices as well, 1-inch pieces. We want bite-sized pieces. This is just going to give a little color to the curry here. And add these to our bowl here. And lastly, we've got Yukon Gold, just new potatoes, about 1/2 to 3/4 pound. You just want to cut these into about 1/4-inch slices. And we will set this aside as well. The last little bit of prep work we're going to do here, we're going to add a tablespoon of brown sugar and a can of coconut milk. This is unsweetened. And we're going to add about 2 teaspoons of fish sauce. And then we're going to stir this together real quick. And then this is the last of our prep work. So now what we're going to do, we're going to add 2 tablespoons olive oil to a large skillet, and we're going to put that over medium heat. Our oil is set to go, so we're going to go ahead and drop the onions, the shallots, the garlic, and the ginger in here. We're going to let this cook until the onions and the shallots start to soften and break down a little bit. So saute. It's going to be about 3 or 4 minutes or so, maybe a little bit longer. You want to make sure you stir this frequently, keep things moving around. As you can see here, the onions have softened a bit. They're starting to turn translucent. So we're going to go ahead and add in our coconut milk mixture. And then we're going to add our potatoes and our red peppers. And let's go ahead and get those all mixed together. We're gonna go ahead and add our spice mixture in. Got about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of ground coriander, 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric, 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. I got a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, and 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. And we're gonna get all this stuff mixed in here together. And now what we wanna do is let this come up to a boil. So I'll turn my heat up just a little bit here. So she's starting to bubble. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on, and then we're gonna turn this down to low, and we're gonna let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Our timer just went off, so go ahead and lift the lid on this guy, stir it up a little bit. And now we're gonna go ahead and add our chicken to the pan along with our green beans. We're gonna up our temp on this to about medium high, and we're gonna let this cook through. I want the chicken obviously to get thoroughly cooked here, so probably going to be a good 5, maybe 7 minutes or so, and come back and check on it. We'll stir it every so often. All right, the chicken here looks great, cooked all the way through, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this burner off. It looks to me like we are ready to eat. let's get her plated. All right, as I mentioned at the start, I'm serving this over rice tonight. So I've got my bowl of just plain white rice. Go ahead and spoon this over. Make sure we get plenty of the juice in there as well. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna squeeze a little fresh lime juice over the top and garnish with just a little bit of cilantro. There you go. We got yellow chicken curry. Enjoy.